Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am bringing you a full face review of Honest Beauty. Some of these products are going to be first impressions and some are going to be reviews of products that I have loved for a really long time. So if you guys are interested in kind of seeing this roundup review of Honest Beauty, then just keep on watching. So we're just going to jump right in and get started. I'm going to start with the new Honest Beauty Luminous Finish Tinted Moisturizer. This has an SPF of 30 in it. This was about $21 when I picked it up from Walgreens the other day. And the shade range was really interesting. Typically I'm more of a light medium to medium shade, and the medium seems super dark. So this is the light, and I'm hoping, even in the bottle it seems a little bit dark, so I'm hoping that it works. I'm just gonna give it a little shake and squirt it out on the back of my hand. Interesting. It kind of has a more thicker foundation-y texture, but it's still a bit runny and definitely more of a medium shade to me than a light shade. So I'm just going to use the Honest Beauty palette as my little mirror for today. And I'm just going to dot this on. I'm going to work one section at a time since it seems to be like a little bit thicker. Yeah, I'm really going to have to blend this in. This is pretty dark for a light shade. So I'm just going to take my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush and I'm just going to start blending that in. Really take that down the neck. It's very orange for a light shade. And I think I only saw 5 shades there, which to me isn't the best shade range. I think at least 10 for a tinted moisturizer product and more like 20 for a foundation. But this is definitely applying like a foundation and not so much like a tinted moisturizer. It's a little bit thick. It blends not as like easily as like something like the Glossier Skin Tint, and I'm really gonna have to take this down the neck. Cool. So I didn't see any concealer when I was there. I haven't seen any anywhere for them. So if you guys know that they have a concealer, please let me know where I can find it. I'd love to try it out. So I'm just gonna go in with my trusty Glossier stretch concealer, and I'm just gonna hit that under my eyes, and I have a few little blemishes that I'm just gonna go over it with to get that extra coverage. Okay, so that's pretty much my concealer and base done. I'm liking how the tinted moisturizer is looking. It's a little bit emphasizing a little bit of the texture that I have on my skin, but it's really dewy, which I love. But again, it's kind of a weird mixture of like not the coverage of a foundation, but the feel of a foundation. And it's not like the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue or the Glossier Skin Tint that like is super easy to blend into the skin, offers that like tiny bit of coverage and evens out the skin tone. This has definitely more of a foundation feel, which I don't know that I love like that feel without the coverage of a typical foundation. So I'm liking the glow that it's given me. We're gonna keep going, kind of see how it blends into my skin and kind of sits on the skin as we keep going, and I'll give you my final thoughts at the end. So moving on, I'm gonna finish up the rest of my face and then I'm gonna go to eyes. So I'm gonna go in with her cream blushes. I have had this in a different shade, in their peach shade. This one is called Peony Pink, and I love her cream blushes. These are so good. These are definitely one of the best ones I've tried, especially for the price. These are about these are about $12 each, and this is a shade I haven't tried yet. This is just like a neutral pinky shade. So I'm just going to take it on that same brush that I was using, the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. And another thing I love about all these products is they come with their own mirror in them, which is so handy if you guys are traveling a lot and you need a small little mirror to take with you. And they're a good quality mirror too. So I'm just going to tap this in. You don't need a lot for these blushes, and I'm just going to start on my cheeks. And blend upwards, just working a little bit at a time. This is a really pretty shade. This is like a warm, summery type of pink, which is really pretty. And I'm just going to do the same on the other side. These are super long wearing as well, which is really great. I find a lot of cream blushes will fade throughout the day, which isn't a problem because they typically fade off nice. But if you're looking for one that will actually stay all day, and especially if you're going out at night or going to something a little bit more special, these are so awesome. Okay, the next thing I'm going to go in with is something that I saw Alexa Blake here use on her channel. She is super awesome, and she used it's called their Luminizing Glow Powder, and it's in, which she said was maybe a highlight, but was in a darker color, so she uses it as a bronzer. So I'm going to try doing the same exact thing today. I'm just going to grab this super wide bristled stippling brush from It Cosmetics. I'm just going to swirl that in here. I'm going to see how shimmery this is. I think that's my only worry. Doesn't seem to be too shimmery on my hand, so I'm just going to swirl that in, and I'm going to start back here. I'm just going to warm it up. I don't need too much today because this foundation is already a little bit too dark. But we're just going to swirl this around. This is nice. This is blending really well, and it's not too pigmented to where I can really kind of build it up, which I like. That's why I like the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer too. It's not super pigmented, and it just gives me a really natural look, and I'm finding this is kind of doing a similar thing, but it's a bit more of a warm tone. Yeah, that's looking really nice. I wonder how this would be as an actual highlighter though, because it doesn't seem to have a whole lot of shimmer in it or anything like that. But it's a pretty big pan size compared to the cream blushes, and this was about, I think, $19, but you get a good amount of product in it, and again that awesome mirror inside of it. Okay, I'm going to move on to eyes now. I think I'm going to take this as the starter in my crease before I go into the eyeshadow palette, because it doesn't have one that's kind of light enough for my skin tone. So I'm just going to take it on a dual-ended Eco Tools brush. I'm just going to throw this in the crease. Yeah, this blends super nice, and again, as I'm looking at it on my eye, it's not super shimmery or anything. So I would be interested to see, they have a lighter shade in this, which I think is supposed to be a highlighter. And I would be interested to see if that actually works. I wonder if they're more like the Hourglass Veil powders that are supposed to just kind of illuminate the skin and not be super like shimmery like a highlighter. So I wonder if they're kind of like that, which would be really cool. But this is definitely a bronzer shade for me, not a highlighter. Okay, nice. That blended out super easy on the eyes. I'm going to zoom you guys in, and I'm going to go through the eyeshadow palette now. Okay, so I have you guys zoomed in a bit more. Hopefully you guys can see a bit how that shade looks in the eyes. But I'm going to go in with the Honest Beauty Get It Together eyeshadow palette. I think that this is by far the best deal that this brand has to offer. You get 10 shades. They're all neutrals. And it has a really good range of cool tones and warm tones. And you can really get a nice bunch of diverse eye looks out of this, and they work just as well as conventional shades. I find some clean beauty eyeshadows are not that pigmented, they're not the easiest to blend. Typically they're cream eyeshadows, which I love, but I haven't been able to find super great powder eyeshadows at a good price, and this palette is only 20 bucks for all these shades in here. So I'm just going to do the same thing I did with the Dusk Reflection illuminating powder. I'm going to go in with this brown shade right here, and I'm just going to lightly do that more on the outer corners and just blend that through my crease. Okay, so that's blended out. Now I'm going to take this pink shade in here called Iced Cotton, and I'm just going to take that on my ring finger, and I'm just going to tap that across the lid. Alright, I'm not going to take any more product on this blending side of the Eco Tools brush, and I'm just going to run through my crease again and make sure there aren't any harsh edges. Yeah, these shadows blend really great. I like the pigmentation of this. I feel like I can get a really easy eye look out of it. They blend together really great. I think that the color story that they have here is really awesome. There's definitely a bit more cool tones in here than warm tones, but this warm orangey bronzy shade is really nice for making a warm look, and I find I can make it work. Next, I'm going to use this really old MAC brush that I've had for a long time, and I'm going to take it into this darker bronze shade down here called Gilded Mauve. And is that what that's called? Yeah. And I'm just going to dip it, just the tip of my brush in there. I'm just going to focus that on the outer edges. Finally, I'm going to take the smudger side of the Eco Tools brush, and I'm going to dip it into that first brown shade that we used up here, and I'm just going to smudge that on my lower lash line. Okay. Now, Honest Beauty I couldn't find at my local Walgreens where I found all these products. I couldn't find her new brow product. So let me know in the comments down below where I can get that, because I would really like to try that. So I'm just going to go in with my ABH Dip Brow Gel in soft brown and kind of run that through my brows. Alright, next I'm going to use my all-time favorite product from this line. This is the Honest Beauty Mascara. I really love how this is just as good as any conventional mascara out there. It has a primer end and then the mascara end, and together they are just a great combo. So I'm just going to apply that and show you guys how that works. Okay, so that's the mascara on. The last thing I'm going to do for this look is to try out one of the liquid lipsticks from this line. I've really wanted to do this for a while. I've heard that they're super great. I am not the biggest liquid lipstick fan, but I've heard that these are really awesome. Yeah, so I'm interested to see if they're as drying as conventional liquid lipsticks are, and just kind of see how they apply. This is the shade BFF, which is more of her neutral mauve-y shade, which is the one I go to all the time. Alright, so that is the lipstick applied. It doesn't seem to dry down as much as a conventional liquid lipstick, so it still kind of moves a little bit around on the lips, so I'm gonna kind of see how that kind of wears throughout the day. But it applied really evenly and really smooth, and the color is great. I'm going to zoom you guys back out, and I'm going to kind of go through all the products that we tried out today and kind of give you my overall thoughts on them, and I'll also update you in the description box down below how they wore throughout the day. Okay, so I have you guys zoomed back out. I'm just going to kind of walk through all the products that I tried out today and give you my kind of final thoughts on them and just my overall opinions on them as of right now. And like I said, I'll also update you in the description box down below to let you know how they wore throughout the day. So to begin with, let's go through the tinted moisturizer. I am liking this more. It definitely emphasizes a bit of texture that I have on my skin, but it's not the worst thing I've ever tried. I'm gonna have to keep testing this out to see how I like it. The shade range is a little bit interesting, and it's definitely more of a foundation texture than it is a tinted moisturizer texture, but I love that it has titanium dioxide and zinc oxide as their sunscreen in here, and it's nice. It's really dewy, which I prefer in a base product, and yeah, I'm gonna keep testing it out and seeing how that goes. Next up, I tried the Honest Beauty cream blushes. You guys already know that I love these. These are a great price. They're 12 bucks. They last a really long time. The shades are nice and easy to wear, easy to apply. They definitely can go with a lot of looks. This shade in Peony Pink is a really great summery warm pink color, and again, I love that it comes with a mirror in here, and yeah, it's travel friendly, and these are great. The Dusk Reflection Luminizing Glow Powder was definitely an interesting one. It worked really great as a bronzer on my skin tone. Alexa Blake, thank you for that one. But I am interested to see what the lighter shade of this would be, whether it would work as a highlighter or whether it's more like the Hourglass powders, but it was really smooth, really easy to blend. You get a ton in here, and it's about $20, which I think is a good price for a clean bronzer. And yeah, it was a really pretty shade. It worked well on the eyes, it worked well on the face, and yeah, I have no complaints about this. I'm excited to try this out more. The Honest Beauty eyeshadow palette is definitely the one I would say that if you were going to pick up one thing from this brand, this would be it. It's the best deal out of all the products, I feel like. I feel like you can't get another 10 shade clean beauty eyeshadow palette for $20 anywhere else that works just as well as conventional eyeshadows. So this is definitely a must-have from this brand. The mascara has always been my favorite product. Personally, I just think it is the best clean mascara out there. I think it works just as well as any conventional mascara. I love that it has a primer and the mascara side on it. I find that that really helps it last a really long time and give me just really full, voluminous looking lashes. So this is my personal favorite of the brand. And finally, the Honest Beauty liquid lipstick. I liked this. I mean, liquid lipsticks still aren't my favorite thing. It's a bit sticky because it doesn't dry down, which is nice if you don't like how drying liquid lipsticks can be. And there aren't very many clean liquid lipsticks out there, so if you are a liquid lipstick fan and you're looking for one that's affordable and has better ingredients in it, then I would pick this one up. Honest Beauty can be picked up at Walgreens, Target, Ulta. I think that those are the main ones I've seen it, and obviously on their website, and I've seen it on Amazon sometimes too, so it's definitely easily accessible. And yeah, this is a really pretty shade. It's in the color BFF, and yeah, I'm going to keep trying this out and kind of give you guys my thoughts on how it wears throughout the day in the description box down below. But it's a pretty shade. I don't know that like this is like my end all be all lip product, but it's nice. So those are my overall thoughts on the products that I tried out today. I think I really found some new favorites today, and let me know what your favorite products are from Honest Beauty and what other more affordable clean beauty brands I should try out here on this channel. I hope you all are having an awesome day, and I'll see you in my next video.